Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit.
Amen.
Why is it, you think, that when the road or the trail or the path find their way to higher elevations, it seems that's the time when God shows up? Well, maybe it is the difference that effects that altitude and geography have on the human being. Because from high places, it seems that the world is bigger. It seems that the world is cleaner and maybe even more at peace. But, as you well know, there can always also be a danger in the high places. It takes a lot of effort to go up, whether you're walking or climbing. And in some of those high places, one misstep can lead to disaster. Maybe that's it. Maybe it's the edge of beauty and danger that heightens our senses when we're up there. As you well know, the Smoky Mountains of East Tennessee and North Carolina, some of my favorite places, have some of the highest peaks in the eastern United States. But even those mountains are dwarfed by the western mountains and mountains you find in Alaska. But I can tell you this, standing on the highest peaks of the eastern peaks, you literally look down on everything. For what seems like hundreds of miles, the mountains just roll off into the horizon every direction. It is truly stunning, and it is a humbling sensation to know that the hand of God has been there in creation. So it seems that mountains have a significant role in God's relationship with human beings. So much so, this is where we get our expression, a mountaintop experience. When we are aware of the sure and certain presence of God, our spirits will soar, even if our feet stay on the ground. Mountaintop experiences are moments of transcendence, epiphany, and even revelation. Think of all these old stories about mountains. Noah's Ark came to rest on the mountains of Ararat, and God made a covenant with there. Never would disaster again overcome the entire earth. Mount Moriah. Abraham is certain that he was following God's instruction to sacrifice his only son. And it is on that mountain that God intervened. He said, "No, do not do this thing." Mount Carmel. The great prophet Elijah challenged the false prophets. He says, if your God is real, get them to call fire down from heaven. And it didn't happen. King David built his city on what was called Mount Zion, later known as Jerusalem. And the great temple of God would be built there on the top of the mountain, where you could see it as you ascended Mount Zion for miles around. And it is on a high mountain that Jesus is transfigured and changed before the eyes of his friends and disciples. And it's not surprising that, remember, Moses and Elijah, who had their own mountaintop experience, showed up to meet Jesus there. Sometimes the immediate presence of God is delayed. In other words, God will show up, but God will show up in his own time. The Lord said to Moses, "Come up to me and meet me on the mountain and wait there." So Moses and Joshua, they climb the mountain, they climb up the mountain of God, Mount Sinai. They tell the others in turn, "You wait here until we get back." Then Moses goes up the mountain. The Lord said to Moses, "Come up the mountain and wait. Wait there for me." And you heard the story. As it unfolds, a cloud covered the mountain for 6 days. Now think about that. 6 days, sitting on a cloud, on top of the mountain, waiting. Just waiting. Waiting for God. Have you ever been in clouds? It's like being in a real dense fog, like a heavy fog. It's cold, it's wet, it's disorienting, and it's uncomfortable. And that's what Moses was doing for 6 days. First day, waiting. Second day, waiting. Nothing. The third day, waiting. Nothing. Waiting on God is hard. It tries our patience. Like Moses, though, we have said yes to God's invitation to come meet God. And when we go ahead and make that commitment, when we say yes to God and get ready for God's direction, human beings, we say, well, we want it now, right now. So to hurry up and wait, it feels unnatural. But sometimes, communities like this, individuals, maybe we are best served for waiting for a moment before taking action. Waiting. I like to call this a time of discernment. That is, allowing God's time to unfold and direct our time. Stop, sense, and feel the glory of God, the presence of God, before we move on to the task at hand. And for a moment, to let go of anxiety, because God will redeem all of our time. Yeah. And then finally, on the seventh day of the story, it says Moses. And God was there with Moses. God called for Moses out of the cloud. And this is what I want you to do. And as the story goes, Moses would go down with the commandments and the law and lead the people to the promised land. Because, for one reason, he stopped to wait and listen for God. And maybe none of that would have happened if he hadn't stopped to wait. And when this community says yes to God, our future will unfold in God's time. And then we hear about Jesus taking Peter and brothers James and John, and he too led them up a high mountain. Tradition has that this mountain that we call the Mount of Transfiguration is Mount Tabor in Galilee. In truth, we don't know exactly which mountain it is, but by tradition, it's Mount Tabor. If you ever go there today, it's easy to get to the summit of Mount Tabor. It's easy. It's not all that high compared to the plains around it, so it looks big. But you can go up there with a group of pilgrims, either by bus or by taxi, believe it or not. And they say that God is especially pleased with the taxi drivers on Mount Tabor. That's because there's more praying going on in those streets. They fly up and down the line and over the back than any other time that day or week. So Jesus takes with him Peter, James, and John, and leads them to the high mountain. The story goes, he is transfigured before them, changed from the inside out, is how it's described. Sunlight, it seems, pours from his face, and his clothes are filled with light. But then they realize that Moses and Elijah are in deep conversation. How do you do that? How do you try to make sense out of the seemingly senseless and the unexpected? How do you explain what's going on in front of them? Peter tries to do that in some humbling, mumbling way. Lord, let me make 3 booths. Let's make 3 memorials here. And then the voice of God interrupts Peter. He says, no, just wait a minute. This is my son. Listen to him. And when they hear this, they are overcome by fear and fall cringing to the ground. Isn't it interesting that you think that our first human response to the unknown and the unexpected is fear? Even when God is unexpected, our human response is fear. But Jesus comes to touch him and says, don't be afraid. And if you could hear Jesus say to you and to us, don't be afraid. Well, maybe you can discern, maybe we can begin to discern our mission in those words. So, we can go out and touch, just like Jesus did, touch others and be God's hands and heart in the world. Don't be afraid. I do find it fitting that our church and this community of faith, it sits here on this hilltop. So then, when you leave this place, when you leave the altar and literally go down the hill, that's where some of your best work will begin. That's because Jesus and his disciples leave the Mount of Transfiguration, and they go down. But they go down knowing that Jesus is Lord, touching others with gospel grace. Our mission always is to go out and to go down, be the touching hands of grace that is needed. Transfiguration or any other mountaintop experience, that's why they touch us so, because they become in us unforgettable. But the time does come for us to go down, to leave those lofty places, and yes, to even leave that experience. And God does need us to go down the mountain to engage our world. And so having met God here on this hilltop gives us the confidence that we can touch people when they are facing fear and uncertainty, and that we can make a difference. So what we will do next, as both individuals and a community, has yet to be revealed. But I guarantee you, it will be revealed as in ways. But every time we come to this hilltop of transformation, be open. Be open every time you come up here. And every time that we go back down, be ready. Be ready for the many ways that God